Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in to watch my video today. I'm Chanel from Stamping Stilettos, and I'm here today to show you how to make this gorgeous, quite quick and easy vellum embossed card using you've got this stamp set. And how gorgeous is that? So I'm just going to tell you what we're going to be needing. So you will be needing for this project, if I just move these things out of the way. Okay, so your card base is basic black 5.5 by 4.25, and you will also need a small piece of basic black, which is 4 times 1 inch. Then I'm using Wisteria Wonder in this. I'm changing the colours up on this one. So the Wisteria Wonder is 5.25 by 8, scored at 4. Some very vanilla, which is 5 by 7.5, scored at 3 3/4. A piece of our vellum card, and then another piece of Wisteria Wonder, which is it's 4 by 1 inch, that one, sorry, I've got this wrong. The Wisteria Wonder is 4 by 3/4 of an inch, and the black piece, I got that right, is 4 by 1 inch, because it goes on top like that. Right, now what I'm going to do first is we're going to move these out of the way and just do a bit of stamping. So we also need stays on for this project, and I'm just going to ink up the flower. So I'm just going to take that off for a second, put the flower on. I'm just going to ink this up. We only really need the top half because it's just the flower head, which we're then going to cut out. The reason we're doing this now is because I want this to dry just for a moment before we do the embossing. So I'm just going to put that aside for a second. I'm going to clean my stamp off with my stamping scrub. Just got it off of the screen there. And then we're going to put this background stamp there, and we're going to be using Wisteria Wonder for this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put, because it's such a big stamp, I'm going to do it this way. And with our very vanilla, oops, just put that aside, I should have burnished this first. There. And then I'm going to pop it down there. And we're just going to put this down here. Oops, I keep knocking my camera as well. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, the reason I've done that first is because I want to put the black on top for the stem, so we can see the stem and the flower. So I'm going to put that to one side to dry while we do our other things that we need to do. So I'm using the layering ovals, and this is the largest straight cut one. And what you need to do is just center that so that you've got this even amount either side. And I'm just going to go and cut that out with the Big Shot. Right, okay, so we've cut that out. We might as well go ahead and burnish this while we've done that. I'm going to pop that to one side for a second. Now we're going to take our stamped image with our vellum, and you need to turn it over so your stamp side is down, and using your score tool that comes with your Simply Scored, all you're going to do is just in little circles just go over the flower. Now the head on this isn't that big, so actually I have one that has a bit bigger end on, so I'm going to use this one because it just means that we get through it a little bit quicker. Now when you emboss on vellum, it goes white, so and it also is raised, so it gives a little bit of a raised effect, or depending on how much, you know, how raised you want it, how much you go over it. So I'm going to try and whiz through this as quick as I can, without shaking my camera up. And actually, you know, it doesn't really take that long to do. Oh, I forgot to say as well, this is actually a cased card, but I haven't got the piece of paper that I wrote down where I got this from, so I will pop that on screen to where I cased this card from. But how gorgeous is this card? I just had to do a video on it because I just thought it was so lovely, and I love these you know, the large flower stamps. I just think they're amazing. So just keep on doing it until you think you've done it enough, as much as you would want. I'm just going to go over it just a little bit more. I mean, I'm actually rushing this a little bit just to try and get through because I don't know how to fast forward still, and I must go onto YouTube and find out how to speed up my videos, because then I could take my time and then whiz through it and you be not sitting there for ages. So you get the idea. So that's what it looks like, and you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, that it is actually raised as well. But how beautiful is that? Now the next thing that you need to do, you need to take your snips, and we're just going to cut this flower out, just the flower head, because we're going to stamp the image on the background as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause this while I cut out this flower, because otherwise it will be a little bit tedious for you. So I'll be back in just 2 seconds. Alright, okay, so I've cut this, cut the flower out, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take the with the stamped background image, and I'm going to do this in Stays On again, and we're just going to take the flower, pop that on there, making sure that you actually get the stem this time, because we do need the stem. In fact, that's the bit that we need the most. So I'm just going to take that, and we're going to pop this down on top of our background image. And there you go. Now that it's a bit darker than I'd hoped, because obviously the other one I had done in a different colour, but hopefully with the embossed vellum the flower will show up at least. And I wish the stem would have been a bit darker, but as you can see, the flower will show up on it, and it's just very subtle, you can see there. So all I'm going to do with the flower head, now it is vellum so it will show through, so what I actually do is just take some Tombow, just spread it across there, and then I'm just going to get my finger and just spread it out just a little bit thinner, and then pop that down on top of your stamped image there, put it into position, and there you have it. Yes, you end up with sticky fingers a little bit, but it's all good. Right, let's just get that off, otherwise I'm going to get that everywhere. Right, so that is your, what it will end up looking like, and it's still beautiful. I might next time though not use, that's come out a lot darker than what I'd hoped. Right, okay, so we've scored that. Remember that this piece is going this way, so we're going to take our, where did I put the piece of black card? No, I've lost the bit of black card. Right, okay, well that's a bit strange. We've lost the black card. Where are you? Oh, it's here, look, on my black table, so I couldn't see it. Right, so this is your base. I'm going to take some Tombow, and we're just going to adhere this to the base. Pop that down like so. Hold it down just for a minute. And your Very Vanilla is going to go in this way, remember, so make sure that you glue the right piece. I'm just going to do the same again. I'm just going to take the Tombow and put some on the back. Oops, oh my gosh. I'm going to have to move where I put my camera, I think, because they keep knocking it all the time. Right, okay, so we're just going to place that inside, hold that down again, and there you have it. And that's what it looks like inside. Now you have a strip of black and a strip of Wisteria Wonder. Just gonna glue this down. I do love this stamp set, and oops, I've been trying to, you know, sort of get inspiration to use it, and I'm just going to trim that off just a little bit. That's it. Now, I haven't stamped my thing yet, so what we're going to do, I have the I'm Here For You, which is from the same stamp set. I'm Here For You. So we're just going to take the, oops, sticky fingers again. Now I have basic black for the, but you could just use your stays on while you have it out. So we're just going to take this, make sure that that's nicely stamped and inked up, and we're just going to line that up, make sure I have it the right way, and we're in the center. There you go, that's come out quite nice. So that's that, and just let that dry for a second. The only other thing we have left to do, apart from putting that on, is to take some ribbon, and I am using the stitch satin ribbon. So just take a piece of that, and all I'm going to do is just take it and knot it on the side here. I love this I can't speak today. Stitched satin ribbon is just gorgeous. And all I'm going to do is just snip just there, and just there like that, and just, that's all. I think it just looks so cute with that little bit. And all I'm doing with the sentiment is I'm just going to put a dimensional there and there, just one on each end. And we're going to pop that down just over the bottom of the oval a little bit, like so. And there you have it. And I just think that is such, oops, she says with a dimensional, such a gorgeous card, and you don't even have to put a centre in because you've got it there. I think I prefer it in the mint macaron, definitely, because I think you can see the flower better, but I still think it looks amazing in the Wisteria Wonder. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. I'll be putting another case card class up, which is what this was. I just have to show you, I have also done that in, used the same technique of the embossed vellum for another stamp set, which is the You Are Remarkable stamp set, and it's just basically using the same. I've just done a different, so, you know, with the sentiment I've done that different, and I've put ribbon there. So there's 3 gorgeous cards using the same technique. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully see you later on today. Thank you. Bye bye.